Hi, welcome to part 3 of the garden machinery I used to have. I forgot this one. It's actually a Stihl HS60AV. I had this about a year or so. I didn't really get on with it too well. I didn't like how the blade goes on this particular Stihl model, so I sold it after a year or so of having it. But it did a few jobs, so it's okay. I think it cost me £60 when I bought it, and I think I sold it for a similar sort of figure. This was the next blower I had, a Honda blower. It had decent power, and I used it probably for 3 years. But I'd never really used it hard because I do know these are prone to seizing up if they're used really heavy. They call them a handy blower, which basically I always thought meant sort of light work. So I never used it on heavy stuff in prolonged periods, and it did okay. My dad uses it now, and he's still using it to this day. This was my next Honda mower. It's an HRD 536, the 4-wheel model, which is more unusual in the UK as most of them are just a roller on the HRD. But I bought this off of eBay. Initially I didn't win it and the person contacted me. Actually I was on holiday in Mallorca at the time, so I phoned him from there and arranged to buy it. I think it cost me about £100, but it did have some problems. The drive wasn't no good, but I actually had a new one of them, which I'd bought before, for my HRB because they're the same drive, and the blade brake clutch needed reconditioning. So when I fit them, sorted out them parts, it was a great mower. I used it for 5-6 years until I let it run low of oil and the engine seized. But I have repaired it and I still have it now, so it's just like a spare. But it has got a few little issues I've got to correct since I've repaired it last, so I will be using this one again. This was my next strimmer. It was an Echo. I'm not quite sure of the model, but it was much the same as this one pictured. I bought this off someone I did some grass cutting for, and they were moving. It was £100, which was half price, and it was as new. So I used this a lot, probably 7 odd years, and my dad was using it up until this year. I let him use it after I got the trimmers I got now, and he accidentally put diesel in instead of petrol, so he sort of killed the engine. But it's still up there, and he's bought another one since and made one out of the two. But yeah, it was a really good strimmer, and I really do rate Echo. Echo do make some real good stuff, and it's light and it was so easy to use, and it's done hours and hours and hours of work, and even some hard strimming as well. So yeah, I really rate these strimmers. The picture isn't great on this, but this was my first pruner, Echo pruner. I bought this off of eBay. I think this was about around £100 as well, and I actually used this one yesterday. I don't use it that often, but when I have some hard trimming back to do, I use it, and it's been a great tool. Actually, the person I bought it off had won it in a competition and never used it, so it was as new when I got it. So it's a great tool. It's a handy little tool, and you can use it one-handed, which is brilliant. This was my first pole hedge cutter, an Echo, HCA 2500. Yeah, this was a brilliant tool as well. I bought it second hand off of eBay. I think it was £150, and I used it to cut loads and loads of hedges. And actually, I was using it earlier this year, and I've still got it. It's like my spare now, but I got my Stihl combi, so I use that now. But this was a great tool. I only ever had one problem. The head gasket was sucking in air once, so I had to replace that. But yeah, I probably used this for a good 7 years as well. And you know, being Echo again, it was really reliable and a great tool. So it's always there if I need it as a backup. And I've got another one similar that's a little bit shorter, which you saw repair videos on. So I've got a couple of these. So yeah, brilliant tool. Now on to my next ride on lawnmower. This is a Kubota G1700 diesel 3-cylinder. A great machine. I bought it off of eBay for £1,000, and it had 4,000 hours on the clock, but it still runs fine, cuts fine, dries fine, and I've used this probably for the last 4 years. I've used it on and off this year because I've got another one as well now, so it's sort of my spare really. Mine has got the bagger, which I very rarely use though. But yeah, brilliant machine. I like the fact that Kubota sort of make all the machine. They make the machine and the engine. Different to John Deere, they use a Yanmar engine. So I like it that they keep it all sort of together. And yeah, it's been a brilliant machine. So at the end now, so thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this part 3. Part 4 will come soon.